It is great to have you back here on my CoinSeries channel. Request from viewer is, what do you think will happen next? You can also comment your opinion. Thank you to all the subscribers of our CoinSeries. Who came to our channel CoinSeries? You will always be info with the latest CoinSeries news. Option 1, will there be a settlement of XRP and XRP? Option 2, or XRP will win. Option 3, or SEC will win. Please like my video and subscribe my channel. With a $50 billion trading volume, the fair value calculator places XRP at $5.38, using Crypto Basic as the starting point. Even though I've ruined the calculator in multiple films, I'll still add this. The basic premise is not completely out there. They talk about how XRP's trading volume might exceed $50 billion in 24 hours, which is significantly higher than its current level. We are still a long way from there. Yet, the hour is young. Actually, I don't find that part particularly outlandish. From what I understand, XRP has been in existence for almost a decade. In my view, it is still early. Furthermore, while comparing XRP to Google, the Ripple CTO believes that XRP should win for cross-currency payments. For over 6 years, I have read and followed Ripple Chief Technology Officer David Schwartz's, CTO, commentary on the cryptocurrency market, particularly XRP. While he speaks, I never take my eyes off the floor. Along with other brilliant minds, he created XRP and the XRP ledger. Thus, I am genuinely curious to gain further knowledge. His statements and the topics covered in this work are really daring and self-assured, to put it simply. I'll give you the complete comment. Although I am aware of his self-assurance, I can't help but wonder if he ever exudes such confidence when speaking in front of an audience. However, it seems like he is quite sure that XRP and the XRP ledger will be around for a long time. The consequences for the price's movement in the long run can be deduced from that. Additionally, crypto fundamental Ripple is no longer concerned with the details of a single lawsuit, as per their sources. The SAIC case is not the only one that has finished, one of the ripple effects has. It would garner more media attention. Please don't hide the punchline. That is how I would go about it if it were up to me. My only action would be to film an entire documentary on the subject. Plus, I totally forgot about this, but it's fascinating nevertheless. I want to make one thing very clear before we continue. My background is not in finance. Obviously, I am not giving you financial advice or suggesting that you make any purchases or sales based on what I say. Okay, so I'm just a random person who enjoys making videos on YouTube discussing different parts of cryptocurrencies. Okay, then, I guess this is the place to begin our discussion. We should complete this one promptly. The predicted fair value of XRP in the future is $5.38. Although I don't usually make predictions about prices, I think $5.38 is a reasonable floor and it's actually rather contained. That level of quality is unacceptable. I think it's reasonable to assume that XRP's value might go much higher in the years to come. However, I fail to understand what they are talking about. What follows is the article's text. Since its low point in December 2021, when it was worth less than $1, XRP's value has risen to over $5 on a $50 billion trading volume, according to the ATHI and Mechanic Fair Worth calculation. At the moment, the value of the fifth most popular cryptocurrency is flat at around 30 cents to 90 cents, or $0.0309. XRP is still exceedingly cheap and might be worth $5 depending on numerous parameters, according to the well-known at Mitnick Fair Value calculator. I don't know why, but over the last 2 years, they mostly just type zeros. First of all, I just wanted to clarify that XRP is not number 5 in terms of market value, it is actually number 6. Also, that mechanical calculator from Athea isn't the one they're talking about. It should be noted that a research paper was written by Susan Athey and Robert Mitnick. The paper had a fairly wide scope, but it did suggest that XRP might be worth significantly more than it is now, given optimistic conditions similar to those cited in the 2018 papers. Also, I don't remember what it was. Both $8 and $13 elude me at the moment. Whatever it was, there's no denying that it was significantly higher than where it is now. Someone else then asserted that their calculator could not utilize any of Mitnick's computations from the ATHI and mechanic papers. But I can tell you from personal experience that this is not the case, as the now-defunct calculator did not consider all of the factors that were actually considered in the study. This is a phony calculator, as I have already indicated. The accuracy of their entry of the remaining digits is uncertain, to say the least. As is, so is. Nonetheless, I am absolutely not an atheist, and it is not the calculator, contrary to what many in our group have been stating. The only difference is that someone else merely partially replicated the work of atheists by leaving out certain important facts. It isn't accurate. I understand. Nevertheless, they did factor in the idea that XRP would probably hit $5.38 with a $50 billion volume threshold. On top of that, they noted in this post that the all-time high for XRP volume in a single 24-hour period was $36.95 billion in April 2017. It's interesting that when XRP hit a new all-time high in April 2021, the volume was larger than it had been in the beginning of 2018. More and more individuals are becoming interested in and knowledgeable about cryptocurrencies, and this shows it. It is clear that XRP's price action was artificially limited based on the SEC gibberish. It would have been greater, but even so, that's still an impressive 24-hour volume. For that reason, I do not believe it is a mechanism that would allow us to get from that high point of $36.95 billion to $50 billion. If we compare the next time we're high to the present 24-hour volume, there will be a significant increase. To the people staring at this screen. In terms of price, XRP is 24. I did some quick maths before we started filming, and our volume is $7.39 million, which is a far way from the $50 million we had planned. The volume would have to grow by over 67 times to get to that point. However, I still don't find it absurd, since, well, you know what happens when you're happy. As things spiral out of control, the amount of new XRP accounts created keeps skyrocketing. For instance, in 2017, there were several days with over 20,000 new XRP accounts. However, even now, there are only about 1,500 to 2,000, though this varies slightly. The overall idea is still communicated. There comes a time when the market is ready. At this moment, that is the state of affairs. This makes it seem reasonable to me. I don't know why this has come up again, but it was trending on Crypto News Flash. Although I am unsure of its recurrence, I felt compelled to mention it nonetheless. Yes, it's reasonable. Someone needs to fix the calculator. I think that's everything. I guess David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple, and I are still the Mr. XR people here, and that's all I have to say. According to the headline of the following article, which is based on Crypto Basics, XRP Otter is used for cross-currency transfers when the CTO of Ripple compares XRPL to Google. Like the other one, I think you guys will love this one. Check this out. David Schwartz, Ripple's chief technology officer, likened Google's role in the search engine sector to the XRP blockchain's potential in the payment system. This statement was made by the chief technology officer of Ripple, who provided additional insight into the evolving cryptocurrency scene and highlighted the cross-currency payment sector that the XRP ledger aspires to dominate in an exclusive interview with Cohen Horowitz. The conversation focused on the new trend of Bitcoin environments with multiple chains, each with its own set of uses. In light of these specific specializations and niches, the CoinDesk journals questioned whether the XRP ledger's concept implies a desire to become the default payment method. Afterwards, it becomes very evident to me why David Schwartz has been vocal about this. Nobody knew for sure what the XRP ledger will be used for when it was constructed. The way he was talking about it earlier makes me think you're going to love it. In essence, he was quite upbeat. Nonetheless, they are enhancing Bitcoin with the nebulous idea that it would just be utilized for payments. I digress, the plot continues. In response, the CTO of Ripple expressed his unwavering confidence in the XRP ledger and its native assets XRP to address the challenges of liquidity and cross-currency payment solutions. He drew a parallel between Google's main search function and its failure in niche markets, arguing that XRP ledgers are optimized and designed specifically for certain use cases. "I think the XRP ledger is great for liquidity and cross-currency payments," he remarked. This is the exact quote he gave. This particular use case has been the only focus of optimization. Failing in this area would be the same as Google failing in search since it was built with this aim in mind. Not that the XRP ledger doesn't have any other applications, however, I would add that XRP seems to have cemented this specific niche given its existence for over a decade and practical usefulness. Actually, it's already doing just that. In my opinion, though, this is what gives it its greatest fame. In my opinion, that is absolutely correct. With the level of network effect and utility exhibited, as well as the evidence clearly indicating that this is something that people want in general, we have reached this stage of success. Isn't it strange that this just stopped functioning? Yes, I would be surprised if the XRP ledger couldn't survive the test of time. I would be utterly surprised after 10 years. It's likely that this will be a memory we cherish. It will be fascinating to observe the outcome. On the other hand, I think XRP's resilience will be much more apparent in 10 years, when it will have been put to considerably more use, further solidifying its position. I would presume that to be true. This one is just like the others. Now that Ripple has this information, they don't have to worry about one lawsuit. Because it was unexpected, I must confess that I needed a little reminder on this one. I had forgotten about it. Back then, we were talking about this. But I do say unexpectedly. Clearly, that was within the realm of possibility. All things considered, though, seem to have been resolved. The long-running legal battle between GCC Exchange, an international money transfer business, and Ripple, a prominent cryptocurrency payment provider, has been finally resolved. A major member of the XRP community, Rath Kahneman, just tweeted about the development, even though GCC director Yash Raj initially made the announcement earlier this year. Do not forget that in July 2023, Ripple took legal action by suing GCC Remit for the non-payment of around $15 million owed for 40,000 XRP transfers. Ripple's on-demand liquidity offerings for international settlements, particularly in 2022, appear to be involved in the deal. After negotiations, the two sides reached a supply deal in which GCC received XRP from Ripple. Nevertheless, GCC breached the contract by not paying the outstanding invoices for 40,000 XRP transactions. So, Riverside took matters into its own hands and sued the company in the High Court of Justice of England and Wales, seeking damages for the amount of late fees that had accrued in payment for outstanding invoices. Of course, there will be fees and other requirements associated with this. But Ripple does lend XRP to businesses so they have access to liquidity whenever they need it. It would seem that this was an example of such a situation. Regarding GCC, I'm uncertain if it was because to their jerkish behavior or if they really had financial troubles and were unable to repay it. Either way, it resulted in a lawsuit being brought against them. In addition, doing business comes with its fair share of risks. Unfortunately, there may be moments when you have to crack jokes in front of your clients. I digress, the plot continues. The happy news that the parties had settled their long-running legal fight was broken by Rajesh. The parties reached a secret settlement agreement without admitting guilt, as Rajesh just disclosed in an interview with OpenLeak. Now that the lawsuit is over, GCC Exchange can focus on its long-term goals and get back to business as usual, which includes worldwide money transfers. Since we do not yet know whether GCC will continue to use XRP Ripple's cross-border payment system, all we can do is speculate as to the reasons behind this situation. But I'm going to assume the worst about the client. Perhaps they have simply been through a tough financial time. When it comes to running a company, money talks. They may still be in business today, but they may have had trouble making ends meet. Well, aren't they? Perhaps their relationship with Riverside has just grown cold. For this reason, they are acting unethically by essentially declaring, "Screw you," they will just not return it. But you know that not everyone on this planet is a good person. Regardless, everything was ironed out. Guesswork is all we can do when it comes to understanding what went down behind the scenes. However, Ripple, you are now free to focus solely on the SEC due to the inevitable resolution of the SPV Ripple argument. I am most eager to report on that one. My channel and give my video a thumbs up. Until then, farewell.